Country girl, there's work to be done. She's a country girl in a city world, from Barlow Downs to city frowns. When I took her on our very first date, I couldn't wait to get to her gate. She told me she had a French chaperone, and I met a girl.
I thought I'd show you guys the centre of the little town I live in. Little being the operative word, and town is probably a bit generous, maybe a village, but you can see a reminder of its glory days up here on the corner. This place here is lived in by a guy called Owen and Gay, and it used to be the old police station. See the bluestone? So there's the old cafe. It's up for lease. There's the fire station, and there is our friends the Rabbits, Peter Rabbit, Catholic Church. Owen and Gay, that live in the old police station, well, they're old themselves, but they had a running joke when Owen introduced himself and his wife. He'd say, "I'm Owen, she's Gay, I don't, and she's not." Do you get it? Right, so we're going to head off to Heathcote. It's very brown around here. You can see it's very rocky sheep country. Massive valley here. This is the Campaspe River, and we're going to cross a really old structure, the old the bridge, 1850s I think it is. And you'll see it in a moment. We're just coming down towards it. There's a bit of a story with this bridge. Apparently it was lost overboard. It was designed for Richmond in Melbourne, and it was lost overboard, so they had to get another one out from England, and then years later they dredged this one up and they brought it up by ox cart to cross the Campaspe here, and here it is. Big drop down there to the Campaspe River, but in the floods of a couple of years ago the river actually crossed that bridge. Unbelievable. So we've got about a 23-25 kilometre drive to the next town, so I'll join you there. You can see what I do when I get to town.
In a city world, she loves all things. Fly, jump, swim. Asked her to society's best. She asked me best to impress. I told her, girl, wear me a skirt. She danced all night in a knee-length flannel shirt. Country girl in a city world. Smile as wide as an outback drive.
finished vacuuming, but well, I only did the front. But it occurred to me halfway through, I've never realised how old my car is looking. I mean, look at that. All the vinyl is worn through on my handbrake and my gear shift. All the vinyl's peeled, and it's like visiting a relative you haven't seen for a little while, and you realise how old they're looking. So it is with my little car. I mean, she runs really well. She's a little Holden Astra. She runs really well, and I took her on some epic journeys before I went overseas, visiting those Boer War monuments. But boy, she's looking old. Anyway, that made a slight difference. I've got to go back and the next thing will be to clean all the vinyl with the spray, and then I'll give her a good wash on the outside. It's going to rain again today, so that would cover my car in dust. Anyways, the next stop, I'll show you another interesting place, so hang in there. Right guys, you're going to check out something really cool now. One of my favourites of my Boer War monuments. Check this out. It's beautiful the way it's done. Got the marble, but I went to Colenso and found the grave for this guy, Willie Aitken, Thornycroft Mounted Infantry, Colenso. So if you look back, look at the episode on Colenso. It's sort of around about the Ladysmith era. And you'll see where we find the grave of Willie Aitken. Now, I put it up. This town has a group on Facebook. I put it up on their group with a picture of his grave. They'll get hundreds of comments on a posting about a tree's fallen down in their laneway, but for poor old Willie, I only had 2 responses. Cool, someone said. Look at this beautiful building. Mechanics Institute built or opened at the time, right in the midst of the Boer War. 1900, eh? Alright, we're going to go up here, and I'll talk to you soon. Next stop is a real old-fashioned butcher. That over there, by the way, up where Willie stands, that's the old courthouse. Sort of a second-hand shop, crafts on the left of the courthouse over there. Old ladies, they sell home knitted jumpers and scarves, all that sort of stuff. Good quality, reasonably cheap, but a bit old fashioned for your trendsetters like me. That's the footy oval there. There's a looks like a red setter on a long string running around. Alright, now I've got to remember I'm in Australia, not South Africa, so the police would take a dim view to concentrating on filming rather than driving. Just a quick update on the situation with the money. I rang the bank again today, so I got a response from them on Friday. When I got to Sydney Airport, I switched SIM cards and I was able to read my emails and all that. The banks didn't believe that the money that was fraudulently taken was stolen, that I authorised the transactions. There were 4, 3, 6, 9, 12, I think 4 transactions in a row of $3,000 to a holding company in India, and they didn't believe that I hadn't authorised those, and they believed that I wasn't vigilant enough with my PIN number and my card to protect it from theft. So you can imagine how that felt. Anyway, I think it's a standard response to try and fob you off so they don't have to pay up. I don't know if they have to actually pay up. I don't know. But it's a travel card and they advertise security with it. Anyway, so I rang again. I rang this morning. You can appeal, of course, the decision. So, as I said to the woman on the phone, I didn't actually... when it happened, I was in shock. So Jackie and I filled out the form online within half an hour of the robbery. And, my reporting on it probably could be refined a bit more now. And also, there's been some developments. They've caught the guy in South Africa. I told the woman on the phone they may want me to fly back to South Africa to appear as the Crown witness for the prosecution to put this scumbag away. So anyway, she was quite sympathetic, the woman on the phone, but she's going to be. They're not going to, over the phone, say, look, I think you're lying. So anyway, this is our country butcher. Steve's his name. He's a real character. Always wants to know what's on for the weekend. But people like me, it's kind of hard to answer. Nothing's ever on for the weekend. Anyway, let's go. Stopped and had a chat with, I think her name's Kathy. She's Steve's mum. I don't know why she's working behind the counter, but she always knows my name. Over there is the Juniper Lounge. It's run by a very flamboyant ex-drag queen called Adrian that we met. Brian did some adult education about when he first got the farm. That's where we met Adrian. Adrian had a B&B, bed and breakfast, out there at a place called Glen Hope. And the house had been transported up on the back of a truck from Melbourne. Glorious old sort of Victorian era, or Federation really, house. And moved up to Glen Hope, and of course, I don't want to, I think I've mentioned this before, but gay people generally, not always, they have excellent taste. So this bed and breakfast, had the finest in crystal glassware. Adrian invited us for dinner one night to see the place, and spa tub. It was just glorious, the lighting and all that. But I think he got sick of doing that, and then he moved into the real estate business. He might still do that, but he runs the Juniper Lounge as well. They have music up here. They had Phil Parra coming and play up here. Alright, so now, if I can find it. Bloody hell. I've got a letter that old Liz in Ladysmith gave me and asked me to mail when I got back to Australia. I hope I haven't lost it. It's a bit tatty. And I'll find it and I'll mail it for her, because she says mailing it from South Africa would never get there. So that's our next stop, is the post office.